Hey everybody, I am back and it has been a while. So, sorry for my absenteeism, but I've just been really busy. A lot of shit's been keeping me down and I haven't really been feeling like posting a lot. But lately, a lot of stuff has jumped in the news and I'm here to talk about it. But first and foremost, I just wanted to tell everyone that I am working on my own business just in case the following happens that I have to resort back to that. So, anyways, check out Instagram and keep an eye out for me, and we'll see what happens. But anyways, let me jump into what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this new government-appointed personal support worker service and the new PSW registry. So first and foremost, let's talk about the registry. The damn stupid Liberal government of Ontario again has reopened a new registry for us. And apparently in about a year we're supposed to all be under it again. And the last one was a complete failure and the government spent $5 million quietly and closed the damn thing down. Now they've opened another one and expect us to be registered, and apparently they've fixed the damn problem. Well, you want to know something? That's ridiculous, because the last one anyone could have signed up on it even if they weren't a PSW, which is ridiculous. Okay, so moving forward, let's talk about the personal support care worker services. This service is supposed to start soon by the spring, and it is supposed to apparently replace all the home care companies and amalgamate everything into one umbrella for all PSWs. Now, why is this a bad thing, I say? Let me start out by talking about this, okay? So the LIN, the CCAC, they're the ones who basically govern the long-term care homes, the hospitals, and especially have oversight over all the home care companies in Ontario that are accredited under them. Now, what's happening right now is they have contracts with these companies which have a contract with the government. You know what I mean? So, the LIN has a contract, to be the government's oversight, and the home care companies have a contract, to get the clients. So basically what the government's doing is they're taking the client, they eventually will take the clients, the existing clients, and anyone getting over 14 hours of care a week, and they'll also, any new clients, they'll amalgamate it into this service. Now, why am I saying this is bad? Okay, so here's what happens. Under every home care company that's been out there for many years, the PSWs who work under them, they basically have their seniority, they have their wages that they have now, and that's another thing that pisses me off too, is that the government raising the minimum wage to $14 an hour raises our wage enhancements, which were capped at 19. Remember, I keep saying that in my video, and the starting wage for PSWs doing LIN accredited work in Ontario, CCAC work, is $16.50 an hour, which will be, if they don't change that to $15 a year, it's still like $2.50 more an hour, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And I'll talk about that more in a second. But why this is a bad idea, the service, is because it amalgamates everything under one umbrella. And it puts all the PSWs and the clients in a bad position. And this is why. There's no oversight. So basically, we're not hired by the service yet. We have to go and get hired by the service, and then the clients will have a choice of the PSWs that they want. Now, basically, when this all happens, it basically means when the shit hits the fan, that all the PSWs in home care are basically at some point going to lose hours to the point where they're going to be fired, basically, and they're going to have to go work for the service. They'll probably start them off at $16.50 an hour, have no benefits, no pension, and especially no oversight, which means they will not have a supervisor, they will not have nurses or any of the healthcare team to turn to. They're on their own. There's no insurance for them, and apparently this new service is supposed to be unionized under SEIU and force the unionization of these PSWs under SEIU, which is, by the way, they're good Liberal buddies, because apparently one of the main members of SEIU, I think it's one of the members of the board, is a Liberal, so they get nice kickbacks for this. This is ridiculous. And especially with the no oversight, and the thing is that bothers me, I'm on my own, which really bothers me, because if something happens when you're in the home, the client can sue you, okay? You don't have any insurance, we still don't, we're not regulated caregivers, and we've been working on that for many years to try to get Ontario Personal Support Worker Association to be our governing body. We have lobbied for that. But the government went ahead and chose the McCanner Institute and decided to open a new registry. And you want to know something? This is ridiculous, because the Ontario Personal Support Worker Association had everything set up for us. They had insurance for us. They had everything all set up into place. We had like a criminal background check system, and everything was all perfect, and the government just had to go screw this up to do their own little stupid fucking thing. Now we're in the middle of having an election soon. And, you know, like, it's ridiculous. And, you know, even as I speak about this now, the Conservative Party is choosing their new leader, so we'll see what happens in that regard, which probably will be the new governing body of Ontario from the looks of it. You know what I mean? So it depends on which leader. I have no freaking clue who's going to be the leader. It just depends who wants to work with us in the PSWs. But going back to this personal support service, this is ridiculous. This puts all PSWs in a very scary situation. It puts all the clients in a very scary situation because of what I just mentioned. And it basically puts everyone out to lunch. Now, I don't understand how this is saving money, because it's not. Because a veteran personal support worker like myself, who's been working for many years, who's earning their wage, and who needs a high wage in order to maintain their living and maintain, like, driving around their cars especially, which the home care companies and probably the new service won't do, reimburse us properly, you know, it's just, that's an even more scarier situation, okay? And that really bothers me. I have said this many times before, that the government needs to improve on the current services that there is. They need to provide adequate clients for us in order to make a living, and they also have to do some guarantees for us. They have to seriously make these services more accountable, and they have to make sure that they reimburse us properly for our vehicles, and the wages again need to go up. We need to be at par with the people in long-term and hospital care. We should at least be beginning at $20 an hour in home care in order to properly sustain ourselves. This is ridiculous, because this is absolutely ridiculous, okay? And the government's not thinking again. They're just not thinking again. And this really bothers me. And I know I'm blabbing on here a bit, folks, but, you know, it just really, this whole new service thing really scares me. It scares me not just for myself, for all my other PSW comrades, and it scares me especially for clients and all my clients as well. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be lost. And, you know, like, for them, and basically this other thing where they have self-directed care. Now, I have no problems with self-directed care to a certain point, but the problem is with the self-directed care, a lot of clients are going to think that they need certain things and they don't need certain things. And what about the people not in the right state of mind? That's what people forgot to think about in that situation. What if they're not in the right state of mind? No oversight. So, you know, you can't tell them what to do. So what's going on now is the LHIN and most of the home care companies are suing the government. They're suing the government for violating their contracts. Hopefully this puts a stop to this whole thing for right now until we get an election, and then maybe once if it's the Conservatives, the NDP get in, they can just basically blow this shit out of the water and hopefully work with all the current bodies on doing like a new plan on how they're going to properly deploy home care. So, like I said, I thought I'd get this video out there about the personal support care worker service that's coming out. I don't want to be unionized again. I don't want to lose what I have. I want to gain more from what I have. And, you know, like I said before, and if I haven't mentioned it, if you do this, government of Ontario, you're not going to help the situation. You're going to hinder it. You're going to have mad people. You're going to have mad elderly people at you. You're going to have people, you know, who are pissed off, who pay taxes. And the PSW force that you have will no longer be at your begging call, because a lot of veteran personal support workers like myself will just choose to find another field to work in, and we will not bother, you know, coming over to your new service, because we won't do that. You know, you're going to basically kill your personal support worker population by doing this, because you're not attracting anyone. There's been zero interest really in this course because of the things I have mentioned many times before and the things I've just mentioned in this video. So everyone, if you're a PSW watching this, or if you're in healthcare, or if you're like, you know, you want to question your boss if you're in home care about this situation, go right ahead. This should be a topic that should be discussed at a team meeting. And I really think that it's a topic that needs to be discussed and put to bed, because all PSWs and all companies need to know what's going on. And sooner rather than later, because the more voices we have, the better we can stand against the government to stop the situation from happening. Anyways, folks, I'll be back soon with a new video. You take it easy and have a good day. And remember, fight this, everyone, because this is your livelihoods, and this is also the livelihoods of your clients that are at stake here. Take care. Bye for now.